Hey creatives, welcome back to Game of Tones. So I'm not sure what I'm going to cook up here. I had an idea, and I like when I have ideas because I may not get too lost. You know, instead of going into the libraries, I might just actually go down here into Resonance. I like using some patches and presets and things of that nature that I don't normally use. And the hard thing is like I have a lot. Like my library has been kind of stacking up over the years, and I don't really know what to use every now and then. So when I do these projects where I just freehand it, I try to dig into them just so they're not collecting dust over the years and I get some use out of them, right? And some of them cost a lot too. So I think I'm gonna add a little bit of reverb here. I like reverb. I think the reverb is, the juice of FL Studio. It really makes things not sound as dry. The same thing with a little bit of delay. So, like I said, I have an idea, right? But I don't really know what's going to happen. I just know I wanted this mallet sounding glassy feel. Is that nice? You know what? I think I can kind of keep that for so long. And like I said, this is just going to be something freehand, so I don't really know, right? I think when I think of this mallet sound, I'm thinking happy, but it also can translate into sad as well, depending on the situation. Gotta find that right tempo. What am I looking for? I guess I can play with some melodies, right? So we're in this kind of middle range here. What is that? I have to keep that as a... That's pretty cool. I think that's a little bit of an accident, but I'll keep it in mind for later. I might have to come back to that melody. Really, really cool. Let's see. No, that didn't feel right to me. I feel like that first melody was... You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put in some kind of a variation of it. Because if I lose it, I'm gonna hate myself. So it starts off on this D sharp here. I wanna lower that velocity a little bit. I don't want it to be sharp. Let's bring it down some. Hope everyone had a good holiday, by the way. You can hear me rambling as I make this. That's a B. Let's see. Maybe like a... Can that work? Let's lower that tempo down a little bit. Maybe to about 110? I like it. We're gonna copy and paste it. But I actually don't think these two notes should be here. I think maybe those two notes would be fine here, but not so early on. Right, I don't want that to be twice. Maybe instead of a something like a doo doo, maybe that could probably work, right? Let's check it out. Much better. And so what I can do is I can copy that same thing and paste it down. So this is cool because we got some motion coming in, and I'm gonna just set that and forget about it for now. Just gonna use this to get some ideas brewing, right? So we got some cool mallets happening here. Now I'm thinking, like what can support them? I think a nice warm atmospheric, you can never go wrong with like a nice warm pad or like some strings here. Right, so let's get that going. I'm just gonna start the process. I don't want to think too hard about it. Start second guessing myself. It's the last thing I want. Oops. I'll go in here and I'll dig into Omnisphere for this. I'll rename it so I don't get lost. Omnisphere is just the best. I don't know why I didn't use this earlier, but I honestly recommend it. It's a very, very powerful synth, you guys. I'm not kidding about this. I use this for like 90% of my projects. And I still haven't even used every sound in here yet. It's just so much. Like, you just pick anything and it's probably gonna sound good. I want something a little warm, but like, that might be nice. What I can do is lower the volume. Omnisphere does tend to be on the loud side a little bit. Just duck that a little bit, pan to the left. Let's see. So let's say that those mallets are playing, right? Let's say they're going and doing their thing. You know what? I think this is coming along. It's something is feeling right about that, or in that general range. So I'm kind of in this. I wonder if it should be a little louder, like maybe 1 octave higher, maybe. That might be a little bit more magical, right? I can always feel it out and see what happens. So I think I'm gonna start here. Don't want to lose that. Now I get that bass note C in there, I mean D sharp. And if I can extend it to about here, is that good? Maybe a little bit more. So I have this like nice warm blanket feeling that's covering those mallets, and I love it, right? It's like this, but what's the next move? So I think that might be good, right? Let's just put it in and not think about it too much, because when I think about it, it goes away. Just put it in. And if it doesn't work, we'll go back and edit out later. So we've got that, right? Really nice. I think it works. And now we've got to get something. Ooh, that can be fun, right? And let's be here. So let's just start from here. This is always the worst part, right? That resolution. What's gonna tie that all back together? Maybe something around there? It could be. I feel like this is going to be the tricky part, but I think this G sharp might work here. So I'm going to take it back from the beginning and see if it works. And if it does work, assuming it does, copying and pasting it would be a good idea. So it actually does work, but I don't know. Like, let me see something. If I had made this unique, right? I kind of like it, but I think I could maybe shorten it here. Like maybe about there. And then something else could go in, but I don't know what it is. Maybe the same notes here and then maybe like just throw it up a little higher, maybe. That could be it. So I'm feeling this so far. I don't know if I want drums here or not though. Right now it's sounding really atmospheric, and I kind of like that feeling. I don't know if I want to put in like a bass line or whatever. So this is the part where I'm going to have to really think about it. I hate the writer's block process because this is very real. I don't want to make a mistake. So let me listen to it one more time. So I think a fun idea is to take these mallet patterns here and copy them. We're gonna get those same values. And I think we're gonna see if I can find a nice plucking instrument. Just something that is fairly similar, but it may add some extra body here, a little extra weight. And oops, we can just auto that. I'm getting used to this. Okay, so I'm still getting used to FL Studio 20. I've got a long way to go though. And I'm gonna probably dig into Zebra 2 for that. I think Zebra 2 has some good things in here. Zebra 2 is also one of my biggest favorites. Let's see what's cooking in here. Pianoids, or maybe I can go into, whoops, favorites. Any favorites here? So, sorry, go back. Where am I? There we go. I think could do maybe keys. No way, no way, no way. That's too annoying. It could work. Oh man, I might just, you know what? I'm gonna have to sample some of these because I'm not 100% sure anymore. So that's okay though. Not knowing is part of the process as well. So let's just dig that in there. We're gonna copy and paste it. And we're gonna lower that volume. I don't want it to be blaring on the pen to the left. And I'm also going to go back to where those mallets were and move them over to the right. I'm gonna also rename them. Okay, so let's see if it sounds any decent. I like it. It's super subtle. It's at the point where you probably can't even really recognize it, but it's there and it adds a little bit more movement. But I think it's a little bit bassy. I think I heard a little bit low end that I don't like. Let me actually dig in there. Very, very minimal. But I'm just gonna carve it down. We don't need any of that. I'm gonna keep that midsection nice and crisp. Okay, so now we're looking pretty decent. Okay, so what comes next? Do I want a bass? Do I want drums? I actually think what I can do, we're gonna actually go ahead and paste it again twice over. And then figure out what this section could be to add more variation. I'm actually thinking maybe drums could be good here. You never know. But you know what? Let's take a quick little break and find out. All right, creatives, let's dig back in here. So I hate this part, right? Now I'm kind of like having all these ideas on where the track could go, and I don't know if any of them are actually good ideas. So let me take a quick listen here. I think this transition might have to be a little different. Let's just dig in here really quick because I don't even think it has to be that different. I just don't want this to happen. As a matter of fact, that should be fine. So let's get out. So what I'm gonna do is just listen to it one more time here. This is the area I need to focus on. Something has to come right here, but what? So you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing here. And I'm just going to... I think we are gonna do it. Maybe it doesn't have to be drums per se, but maybe just percussion. Something a little... like, you know, with a little clickety-clack kind of a sound, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but something that just adds some filling here. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but let's just see what I have. I have a couple of close hi-hats here. If I just did a regular fill every two-step, lower the volume a little bit down, and maybe put an open hi-hat every four, like, you know, really stock stuff, just to see if it will make sense. I don't know if I feel like that's a good idea. Maybe should the So if I were to be completely honest, I think it's okay, but I don't know. I also think that maybe it's too loud, maybe. It might be too distracting for what I originally planned. So we'll slow it down some more. Yeah, I want it to be felt, but not really heard. Let me see, maybe like the last one could be... Yeah, that's gonna be good. So now I'm thinking, if I were to keep that same pattern here, right? I guess the same, we'll just save this one. But we're gonna just make it unique. What I want to add kicks and snares here, and I think that's the big question, and I don't know if I really want to. Let's give it a shot, I guess. I guess we'll use the break kick, but like I said, we'll turn that volume down. I want it to be like, you know, felt, just not heard, not all the way in the beginning. Like, there we go. Actually, you know what? I won't even use the snare. I'll actually use the break snare here. Something that's a little bit quieter. All right, let's get a pattern going, like, for the sake of having a pattern. And then maybe like something simple, and then see how it goes. All right, it's gonna be like a little test toast, little sketch. No, I think I used the wrong kick. Let's just go here. That's much better. Let's break this down some. I guess it could kind of work. I keep using this. Let me delete this kick because I think it's getting in the way. Okay. So there's a couple of variations I'm kind of feeling here. I think I might keep it. So let's just say the first one. So then this one would have to be something like... This one would have to be different, like a... And then we can just repeat it, I guess, right? Just to hold some movement going. I don't know how I feel about it, but it still works. I think that I'm just really like, should I just keep the track atmospheric and then leave the percussion completely alone? It's my biggest fear, like when enough is enough. Could probably be, I hear it, that's like a bum bum ba da bum bum. Okay, so I'm thinking this is about a minute into the track here. So we've heard this pattern done to death. This pattern is really done to death. And actually, I'll swap this one out here. And so I think the best thing to do would either be to grab that mallet melody that we've been using, get into this make unique style, and let's say, for instance, for the sake of time, I'll just take the same exact drum pattern, right? And let's say I want to keep the same feel, or actually we can even do something really you know, for the sake of interest of time, right? Like, you can actually keep that same exact melody, but like you can even do something cool, like change the key it's in. It might make it sound a little cooler, right? But if it's going to change the key, I think having a little bit of a lead in, so it doesn't sound like too sudden. So I usually just like to drop a reverse crash here, just to signify that there's a change coming and that the listener should be aware of that change, right? So let's say if I did want to change that key, right, and just bring it down some. So we started there, but it doesn't sound as good. Let's try one more up. Kind of sounds cool, right? That's pretty cool too, right? So this is just a fun way to kind of create like a little variation. You don't have to do it this way. And if you wanted to really do it, then you would have to just take the same exact pad progression too, and then make it unique. And then just bring it up to the same exact note that you move the melody up to, and then boom, you've got a different feeling, which is actually pretty cool. I actually like doing this toward the end of tracks, but not toward the middle. Just like as a nice closeout. It just has this nice feel to it when it just jumps into a different key. At least to me. It's a little backwards, but like that's just the sake of argument's time. But like we're not gonna actually use that, so just move that aside. We're not gonna care about that. We're actually gonna take that again. And we're gonna dig back in here, and we're gonna get a little bit more creative this time. So we're gonna delete everything. And we're gonna play with those mallets. Let's see if I can find something that's a little bit fun to cook up that can work for this midsection here. And if I get something nice for the midsection, maybe I can throw this back in there eventually. Who knows, right? So let's see. It kind of ends off. So that's actually pretty cool. I think something like that could help drive some more movement. So let's see what we can do with that. Works for me. Yeah. That could be it. I got so many ideas here. They're all going all crazy. I think that works, guys, right? And then the next note we'll go to this C sharp. Then that can kind of come back around here. And then it kind of has that beginning melody feel to it, which is why I kind of like it. It's like different, but it's in the same realm. And then maybe this is going to tie it all up. Yep. And then maybe we can just do that one more time. Oh, how did that happen? I hate when that happens. Let's drag it over here. Okay, so if this is going to work, which it might, this should work here. So that's fine. Now what I'm going to do here is take that same exact pattern and copy it, get those values going, and put the same thing on the plucks here. Just gonna make that unique, and then delete everything, then copy and paste that new pattern, and then we're good. But this section should be quiet here, and I think the pad should come back here. So what I'm gonna end up doing is repeating that and repeating that, and then I'll even just repeat these drums here. And what I'll do is take this and make it unique and delete everything we have in here because we don't need any of that, right? So let's see if I can try and come up with a little bit of a chord progression there that had the same feeling, but like slightly different, just to make it move a little bit differently, but still keep that warm feeling. Too dark. Let's jump up an octave. Okay, let's see. I'm loving that already, actually. I don't know what it is, but that kind of ethereal feeling is just everything to me. Right? Let's put it in. It's a B. So it should start. And then maybe down. I would do that. I'm feeling kind of confident about this track. I'm always nervous when I begin a new track. You don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes I just end up throwing them out, which kind of sucks sometimes, but if it's not good, it's not good. Don't try to force it. I think I can actually extend that about here, and it'll be fine. The question now becomes, what comes next? Something has to come here. Something different. Too dark. I don't know what it is though. It's like this uplifting feel. I don't know. It's tricky because it's like I want it to be dark for some reason. It has this upward mobility here, but for some reason I don't want it to go up again. Maybe I just go back to the B. It may or may not work, but I just don't want it to go too high again. Let's see. Is that what I'm looking at? Kind of tricky, guys. I don't know. But I think it could be a little different, but I'm just not sure what it is. Something there. Let me hear it again. I'm driving myself crazy. I don't know. It does feel nice though. But then I'm thinking, what happens next? I mean, the song is basically over. I don't know if I want to do anything too crazy with it. I like this kind of meditative feel to it. This maybe like this chess match kind of thing happening. And then at the end of it, I think this part can actually even make an appearance, right? So it's like toward the end, coming down to the part where it's gonna probably loop, depending on what kind of game you're writing for. Actually, I might extend this song a lot. I think I really like it. It's a different key, it has a different feel to it. It's actually pretty cool, but I think this is where the song can really start to fade out. I guarantee I'm going to end the song with this. But this is actually a really fun project, guys. I don't want to go too crazy into it because it could probably take me another like 5 hours to finish it, depending on how crazy I get. But thanks for sticking around. If anyone has any more questions or anything like that, just wants to talk, shoot me a line in the comment section. I'm always up for it. Happy composing creatives, and cheers.